everyone, welcome to Pour Painting with Ron. I hope you've been really well since the last time we saw each other. Well, today I'm going to be doing another Dutch pour painting. I'm using up some of the leftover colours that I had laying around, and I'll chuck in a few other colours just to brighten things up a little bit. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing my painting on this large 60 by 60 centimetre square canvas, and like I usually do, I taped off the back with painter's tape and put in some giant push pins, and I made sure that it was level on my table. Now, when you do a Dutch pour painting, the idea is to get a very thin paint consistency, because if it's too thick, you're not going to be able to blow it out really well with the blow dryer. Now, you can use a good quality paint with just water, or you can do like I do and use some Floetrol as well, just to spread your colour a little bit further, particularly if they're expensive colours. Anyway, I'm using Amsterdam paints today because they're a nicely pigmented colour. I'm going to be using two colours on my base today. I'm going to be using the titanium white, and I know it looks black, but it's not. It's Prussian blue as my background. So white and Prussian blue. And then the colours on the top for the actual Dutch pour bit, I'm using turquoise blue. I had some left from last time, and some turquoise green that I had left from last time, and this time a new colour, some brilliant green, some, what's this one, primary cyan, and some cobalt blue. Now, I do like using a few metallics here and there, so I'm using my favourite Extreme Sheen by Deco Art today. I'm using a bit of peridot, it's a very light green, and some 24 karat gold. So all of those together, hopefully, should look really nice. Now, I mixed up the paint, 1 part paint to 1 part Floetrol. So for the background, I mixed up about 120 grams of each of the background colours with 120 grams of Floetrol, and then enough water to get the consistency, and I'll show you what that is in a little bit. For the colours, even though I mixed up 20 grams of colour and then 20 grams of Floetrol and then some water, that's way too much. So for this painting, I only use about 10 grams, I think, of each colour to do the Dutch pour bit. So you don't need much colour, a little bit goes a long way. So the main colour you use is your background. Alright, well, let's get started. Well, I hope you can see that today. Bigger canvas is a bit harder to fit in the frame of the camera, but hopefully we'll be all good today. Now, I'll just show you the consistency of my paints. That the background colour, now it's not thin like water, but if I just dribble it off the spoon, I only get a teeny weeny little mound of paint, and if I do a twirly shape, the little trail of paint may stay there for like 1/10 of a second or so. So it's not water thin, but it is nice and runny, so you can blow it around with the blow dryer. The other colours are the same, so if you can get the same consistency for all your colours, that'd be great. Now, normally with my Dutch pours, if I'm using one colour on the background, I just pour the paint on and then tilt it around to spread it out. But you can't really do that if you're using two colours. So I'm probably going to use a combination of my palette knife and blow dryer to spread it around. Now, it doesn't have to be perfectly even because it will flatten out when it dries. Now, I might start off with the white. And I'm going to do like a U shape or V shape with the white, and then I'll do the phthalo blue down at the bottom. So I'll just take the spoon out. So you see how thin it is? About that. Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. I'm not going to use all of it, because I do want to have a little bit left over to play with in case I make a mistake. Now I don't want bits of white in my blue part. I'll just get my paper towel and just wipe those off like so. Okay, palette knife. Now there is more than enough on there. I don't like having too much. Because then it has nowhere to go when you blow it out. I don't think I need the blow dryer. Some people only use the blow dryer. I'll make sure I've covered all the edges. Just come around to the front. More or less. You can use a finger. See, it's nice and runny. But I do like having everything covered. Okay. We're good. We're good, you think? I might actually go a little bit further down. Like so, perhaps. Alright, now I'll just go and wash my palette knife and then I'll come back and do the blue. We're back. Now to put my swiping colours on. Now I might start maybe with maybe a light colour. If you have squeeze bottles, they work quite well too. And then I might put some of the darker blue on. Now sometimes I overdo the colours. I don't really want to do that today. Maybe I might do some of this metallic green. And then, ooh, which colour did I use? Maybe some of this colour. And then I might do the gold. I still have colour left over. You really don't use much. And then to finish off, some of this green. Didn't put too much there. That'll do. Okay, now I might just dribble a bit of this blue here, just so that the paint has something to slide on, or you're blowing it out with the blow dryer. That's a bit. And I'll do that to the white as well. You can blow the colour over top of your other colours, but I don't do that. Now the Floetrol is going to create some lacing effects that hopefully you'll see as I blow it out. Now, just move these out of the road so I don't knock them on the floor, which I have done before. Okay, now the blow dryer, this is just a cheap one from the shop. It's Pro Dry 2300 VS Sassoon. Make sure it has one of these little flat tips on it. It has a cool button on it and some fan settings. So I've got it on the lowest heat, and I always debate which fan setting to put it on, but I might put it on the highest one and see what happens. Can't get it around. I always have trouble doing it the other way. That's better. How's that looking, eh? Awesome. Now, don't be tempted to keep blowing over it because you'll only get mud. You can use your mouth or a straw to blow it out a little bit more until you are happy with it. But I think that's looking really cool. Don't particularly like that little bit, so I'll get my palette knife. See if I can get rid of it. If not, I can just paint over it white once it's dry. That little bit's gone. Ooh, but that's looking really lovely. I don't think I need to blow out anything really. Maybe a bit here. Just to tidy that up a little bit. I'm actually happy with that. I don't need to use my mouth at all. Now I'll get my blowtorch. Oh no, a little bit here. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I'll get my blowtorch and just torch it a bit. The metallics, you'll see, created all these lovely, interesting effects in the paint. You don't really get as much of that if you don't use metallics. Ooh, that's lovely. Now, I did spot a few bits where I missed a little bit. So this is where the extra bits come in handy. If you use all your paint on the canvas, then you've got nothing to fix anything up with. Missed a bit there. Cool. I think I've got everything covered now. A little bit light on there. A little bit light on down here. I do like it. I do like the edges tidy. You can always go back when it's dry and paint over any bits you may have missed. Now, important last step is just to go around the outside bottom edge and scrape off all the drips. Makes it look tidy and also stops the paint from getting pulled off your canvas. You may have to do that a couple of times, particularly if your paint is thick. It continues to drip for a little while. I'll just tidy up here a bit. Okay, just being fussy. That's the top edge. Almost there. do really like this one. As I said before, it will dry flat. As the paint is thin, it'll just spread out and even itself out. Awesome. I'll bring you in for a closer look. Now, I don't know if you can see the painting because I've got my arms way up high, but I'll bring you down. And hopefully you can see some of the metallics in this one. So we'll start up here at the top. Some of the color combinations, especially down here, are just lovely. The metallics will really shine when they dry. You don't have to use metallics, but yeah, they do really pop and create interesting effects. So what did you think of that? I'm really happy how it turned out. I love the colour combination, and I do like the effect you get when you use two different colours on your background. Now, is this a technique that you'd like to try, or perhaps you've been having trouble with this technique? I think the main takeaway today is to keep your consistency of your paint really thin, not water thin, but nice and runny, so it's easy to spread around and blow around on your canvas with the blow dryer. The second thing is have enough paint on your canvas to blow with the blow dryer. If you don't have enough, you can't blow it anywhere, and if you've got too much, it's got nowhere to go when you have too much. So sort of in between somewhere, so you can blow it out easily and you don't have too much left on top of your canvas. And then, oh, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so nice thin consistency, just the right amount on your canvas. Oh yes, and don't overblow it with the blow dryer. Once you've gone over it once, you don't be tempted to go over it again and again because you'll just get mud. Instead, use your mouth or a straw to tidy things up on your canvas. But I didn't really need to do that today because I'm happy with how it looks. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As usual, if you like what you see, please press the like button. It really helps my content get found on YouTube. And if you'd like to see more of my content, please take a moment to subscribe. So I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you again next time. In the meantime, happy painting.